Abby is, I don't know, I don't really want to say vampire, even though she is, but she's not your typical vampire with, fangs and like white skin and blue veins coming through her. She's a lot different than that. She looks like a normal girl, and she is a 12-year-old, but she has this, this person inside her that she can't really control. Well, she is just a normal kid. She's no different than the average 12-year-old, except, she doesn't live off food, and she doesn't go to middle school, and she doesn't have to deal with drama. She is an adult, but she's still a kid inside. She never really progressed. Owen, he needs somebody that will love him for who he is, And, he wants to get back at these bullies for what they've done to him, and she gets that. And, there's never really been anybody who actually gets how he feels, which is cool. That was a lot of fun. It was definitely gruesome, because it's like you see their bodies all like mangled up, the fake dead bodies, and you're like, and then they take the fake blood and they're literally taking buckets of it and they're going, and I'm like, oh my gosh. And then they take this paintbrush full of blood and they're like flicking it on my face, and I'm like, what are you doing? And then I see it on screen and it looks kind of crazy because like behind me, you see like these dead bodies and like legs everywhere and heads in the pool, and oh, it's nasty but cool. He gives her a Rubik's Cube, which is pretty awesome, and it's really funny because me and Cody, we like looked up on YouTube. We were like, how do we figure this thing out? And so we mixed it all up and we got like so close to it, and then I actually finished it. And I was like, oh my gosh, I actually did it. I finished a Rubik's Cube. And I was like, I'm kind of like a complete nerd now. But it was really fun, and it's cool because it's another way of them bonding by him giving her something that he doesn't know she loves puzzles so much, but he kind of figured that out after she finishes it within a night, which is fun. With every character, if it's a period piece like this, you get to go almost back in time, because it is almost like an alternate personality for you. And so, I kind of like got to go back in time to 1983, and I was like, this is kind of awesome. You used to have like pharmacy, drugstore, like arcades, and my mom's like, yeah, they're really fun. And I'm like, I don't know anything about that. He's definitely very methodical, and I feel it's really cool because he looks at movies from a different aspect. He looks at them from every single detail. If you move a millimeter, he can tell the difference. He was like, that doesn't look the same as where you were. And I was like, literally, my foot was like a little bit to the left instead of the right. And I was like, what? Okay. And so I moved and he was like, that's right. And I'm like, it's like, it's crazy. He sees it from, these details that I would, completely just look over. Even though I'm part of the very scary part in it, I'm probably gonna be freaked out. Because most of the scary movies I do, thrillers and, darker movies, I'm still pretty freaked out by them. I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't remember shooting that. Like the little jump scares of like me jumping out of the tub will probably freak me out, and I'll be like, oh my gosh, what was that? Oh, it's me. Hi. It's fun, it's fun. But I hate watching myself. I hate it. I absolutely hate it. Yeah, we went over a lot of stuff. It was really cool because Matt, he actually gave me a diary. And, he was like, writing it as Abby, which was really cool. And, he did the same with Cody. And it really helped us get into our character, because you got to research their background. And, they don't have last names in the movie, but, you come up with last names and backgrounds and boyfriends and dads and mothers and brothers and sisters and who was her maker and all this really cool stuff that really gets you into it. I'd say it definitely explores the deeper part of a vampire. It's a burden that she even has to deal with, having to live like this. And some people would probably say it'd be really cool to live forever. But it wouldn't be that awesome. Because, people live and they die, and that's just a part of, life. And to live for so long, I feel like it'd be really cool to see the different generations and progressing into computers and laptops and all this crazy stuff. But I feel like it's more of a sadness that she didn't get to grow up, having kids and a husband and, having love, which she does. She loves Richard and she loves Cody, but it's still really dark for her. It's not very cool and fun and, interesting.